O'clock here on this Monday morning. Thank you for joining us here on Sunrise. Jason Hackett and Alicia Lewis here with you. We're going to get to all your headlines in just a second. But as you saw there, we got a special guest here on Sunrise this morning.
Belinda Jensen Bell, always so good to have you in. Good morning.
Well, it's good to see you guys, and it is nice to be here on a warm January morning. That doesn't always happen. I'll be here throughout the week, and John will be working my shows 5, 6, and 10 tonight. Ben here as well today. Jamie and a new meteorologist, Courtney Aiken. So I'll be training her in. Happy to have a full staff of meteorologists on my team. Okay, let's start out by taking a look at the temperature. We have 27 degrees. We have a wind chill right now of 19. I think we can handle that when the average high is only supposed to be 23. This is our VAX TV perspective from the Water Street Inn in gorgeous downtown Stillwater. There'll be some puddles today. Grab your sunglasses as you head out the door. 27 degrees right now in the Twin Cities, 19 in Brainerd, and your look ahead does have plenty of sunshine. We'll be above freezing by 11 a.m. and by the time the day is out, we'll be at 39. We have a busy weather week ahead. We'll have those details in a couple of minutes.
Hey, good morning. Hope your Monday's off to a great start. The good news is these warmer temps are really helping with the roads. I've also seen a lot of MnDOT crews out, snowplows out this morning, making sure roads are good for you. So that's good for your morning drive, especially if you're leaving before 6:30. Shouldn't have a lot of issues out there. If you're seeing some blue on the map right now, it's just some frost, some light ice, but I haven't seen a lot of crashes because of it, which is good. Taking a live look here, this is down in Burnsville. Good morning if you're waking up down there. This is 35W. More people starting to get out on the roads, not impacting drive times though, which is really good. Traffic flow looks good too. I'll be giving some tours of the metro and taking a look at some other drive times throughout this next hour. Jason.
Cece, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you very much. Turning to our top story here at 6 a.m. Right now, more federal agents are heading to Minneapolis to help with ICE enforcement.
Yeah, this says clashes with agents have already been happening here and intensifying following last week's deadly shooting. This is new video into the newsroom this morning from the Whipple building at Fort Snelling. You can see protesters yelling at agents before one rolls some kind of smoke bomb to help break up the crowd. Our Audrey Russo is joining us live there this morning. Audrey, any activity happening this morning?
I haven't seen any activity from ICE agents, no long lines of agents standing in front of the building. I saw one protester. I don't appear to see him out here at this point in the morning, but I do want to show you what has been going on. Within the last hour, a truck has brought these concrete barriers along the front line of the Whipple building, kind of protecting it a little bit. You can see right now they are still actively dropping those concrete barriers down. Now we know more agents are expected to join the ones that we've been seeing throughout the weekend and earlier into last week. Now in this Fox News interview on Sunday, take a look at this video. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says that she's sending hundreds more federal agents here to Minneapolis today. She described the hundreds already here as a mission to uncover corruption. Now, over the weekend, federal lawmakers were actually denied access to the Whipple building, which is where those arrested by ICE are being held. It's also where they stage federal agents. In the last 12 hours, President Trump made new remarks on demonstrations here against ICE and on the shooting investigation into Renee Good's death. Take a listen.
That woman was very, very disrespectful to law enforcement. And you heard the same noises, you saw the same crunch that I saw. You can't do that with law enforcement, whether it's police or ICE or Border Patrol or anybody else.
Now, local and federal leaders remain at odds over the details of this investigation. I've got more on that coming up in about 30 minutes, but for now, Jason, Alicia, I'll send things back to you in the studio.
Live. Audrey, thank you so much. We'll check back in 30 minutes.
Well, clashes with immigration enforcement aren't just happening in the metro. Take a look at this video from a St. Cloud shopping center on Saturday. This video shared with CNN shows a crowd of people confronting masked federal agents in a parking lot. In it, they can be heard yelling, "You are not supposed to be here. You are not welcome here." The agents eventually leave in an unmarked car.
Today, schools open back up in Minneapolis for the first time since the deadly ICE shooting. The district canceled classes Thursday and Friday last week over safety concerns following an arrest outside of Roosevelt High School. We know the Twin Cities Academy is doing online learning today through Friday, and MPS is offering online learning for anyone who needs it through February 12th.
The most important thing is that kids are safe, that they continue their learning, and that ICE leaves our neighborhoods.
Roosevelt and Roseville high schools are organizing walkouts today to protest ICE.
And there's more back and forth this morning between the Trump administration and Minneapolis leaders. Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem was on multiple networks this weekend saying Renee Good's shooting was justified. Noem was asked on CNN if she feels she spoke about the investigation too soon.
I had just been in Minneapolis and had been with those officers, had seen what they were facing on the streets every day, and had talked to their supervisors as soon as the incident happened and had gotten the facts and seen videos before I ever went to talk at that press conference. And the Trump administration and President Trump is the most transparent and open government that we've ever had.
Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara responded to Noem's comments, pushing for an impartial investigation into the shooting.
I will be the first one to stand up for my cops when a situation happens and it is abundantly clear that there's no indication to think that an officer could have possibly done anything else. I'll be the first one to stand up and say, my cop put their lives on the line and they did what they have to do, and I have no reason to think that it wasn't anything other than our policy and lawful. But I think, we have to use caution, even as Tom Homan has said, and allow a full and impartial investigation to proceed.
Make sure you stay with KARE 11 as we continue to monitor ICE enforcement and protests in Minneapolis and throughout the Twin Cities. We'll bring you the latest developments.
Another big story we're tracking this morning. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell is under investigation. The Department of Justice saying it's opened an investigation into the Fed's renovations of its D.C. headquarters. Prosecutors say he lied about the cost to the Senate Banking Committee. It came out to about $500 million. In a statement, Powell said the charges are retribution for not following the president's preferences.
This morning, a deadly crackdown against anti-government protesters in Iran leaves more than 500 people dead. That's according to a U.S.-based human rights group. President Trump confirming overnight he's weighing options for potential U.S. intervention, saying Iran called to negotiate. The two U.S. officials say Trump has been briefed on a number of different plans for U.S. intervention, ranging from possible military strikes to cyber or economic actions. Speaking to reporters aboard Air Force One last night, Trump said he's receiving hourly reports on violence against protesters. More formal briefings are expected in the coming week.
Well, we have a major announcement from Sun Country this morning. Budget airline Allegiant is buying them for $1.5 billion. That statement says Sun Country's branding won't go away immediately, but the two will eventually become one airline with a focus on leisure travel. Allegiant said it will keep a major presence at MSP Airport, where Sun Country is the second biggest airline by volume. The federal government still has to approve the deal, which Sun Country says is expected to happen later this year. And coming up on our stream on KARE 11 Plus, we're going to be talking with Kyle Potter with the Thrifty Traveler about the impacts it might have on Minnesota travelers. That's at 8:30, live on your app for your TV. You can download and watch for free.